Okay, in this video we are looking at the Unit 5 test review. We will go ahead and start with problem number 1. Graph the solution to the inequality negative 2x plus y is less than 5. First thing we need to do is solve for x, so we will, solve for y, so we will add 2x to both sides. So these zero out, and we're left with y is less than 2x plus 5. We now have the y by itself, so we can go ahead and graph. We're going to look at the y-intercept of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll graph that, and then we have a slope of positive 2, so that's up 2 over 1, or down 2 and back 1. And for this inequality, we do not want to connect all of these with a solid line because it's strictly less than. We will use a dashed line. So we'll just dash through all of these points. And then we need to shade. So we want the things that are smaller than this line. So if the line equals 5 here, we want the things that are smaller than the y-intercept of 5. So that's going to be everything on this side. Then we have to decide whether these are solutions or not. So all we have to do is graph each pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. This one is not a solution because it is not in the shaded area. Negative 4, negative 3 is not a solution because it's on a dashed line. The origin is a solution because it is in the shaded area. Over 5, up 7. So there's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a solution because it is in the shaded area. And then 0, 5. Again, this one is on the line, so this is not a solution. For number 2, we need to solve this inequality and graph the solution. So we are going to solve this inequality as if it were an equation. The same rules apply. We will distribute to simplify both sides. So we end up with 6x minus 12 is greater than or equal to 2x minus 4. Now both sides are simplified. We'll look on the right-hand side because I want my variable to be on the left-hand side when I'm solving an inequality. So I'll go ahead and get rid of this x term over here by subtracting 2x from both sides. These zero out. We end up with 4x minus 12 is greater than or equal to negative 4. Add 12 to both sides. So we have 4x is greater than or equal to 8. Divide by 4. Now we are dividing by a positive number, so we don't have to make any changes. We just need to simplify, and we get x is greater than or equal to 2. So we'll go to the 2 on the number line, put an open circle, and then decide, do I need to color this in? Do I need to close it up? Yes, because of this equal sign. So we close that up, and then I want things that are bigger than 2. So I want things that move this way to the right. Okay, for problem number 3, we need to write the inequality in standard form for each graph shown. So what I'm going to do is identify my slope and my y-intercept for both of these. Write the equation in slope-intercept form and then transform it into standard form. So here's my y-intercept. Here's another point on the line. It looks like a negative 2. So I have a slope of negative 2 and a y-intercept of 3. And in this case, this is a dashed line, and we are shading above, so I want greater than negative 2x plus 3. So to solve this or put it into standard form, what I'm going to do is make sure that my x and my y terms are on the same side, specifically the left-hand side. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. These are not like terms, so I simply write them down. So here I have the inequality in the form ax plus by is equal to 3. So there is my standard form. So again, on the other example, we will look for the y-intercept, and here that's a positive 3. And again, the slope is negative 2. But this time I have a solid line and I'm shaded below, so my y is going to be less than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. So again, to put this in standard form, we're going to move that x term over to the left-hand side. We will do that by adding 2x to both sides. So we have 2x plus y is less than or equal to 3, because these will zero out. And there's our standard form for this inequality. For problem number 4, Erin has to purchase a plastic cooler and some cold beverages for a trip to the beach. She knows that the cooler costs $8, but there are several different options, sizes, and costs of drinks from which to choose. The maximum price of any drink is $1.25. Write the inequality that could be used to determine C, the cost of purchasing the cooler and in drinks. So she knows that the cooler costs $8, and however many drinks I have, those are going to be at a maximum price of $125 per drink. And the cost is going to be C. Now, is my cost going to be more or less than this amount? If the maximum price of any drink is $1.25, that means that C is going to either be this cost, which is a maximum cost, or it's going to be less than that cost. Since the $1.25 is a maximum amount, any other price for these drinks would be less than that, so then the total cost would be less. For number 5, which of these inequalities represents the set depicted? So we have less than 1/2 x minus 3, greater than 1/2 x minus 3, less than negative 1/2 x minus 3, and y is greater than 1/2 x minus 3. So apparently negative 3 is my y-intercept, and is my slope positive or negative? In this case, it goes down from left to right, so I have a negative slope, so I'm not going to choose A or B. The question then is, am I shaded below or above? This one is a shade below, this one is shade above. And my graph here is shaded above, so I want to choose D, greater than. So this is part 1 for the Unit 5 test review.